Hello, good evening and namaste. In this short video, today we are going to discuss about assimilation and its types. And this topic is given in the syllabus of B.Ed first year under the major English, Foundation of Language and Linguistics 416. So, what is assimilation and what are the types of assimilation? We are going to discuss in short in this video. So, talking about assimilation, okay, it is the process of changing one sound into another sound because of the influence of neighboring sound. Okay, that is called assimilation. If one sound changes into another sound due to the influence of either following sound or let's say the preceding sound, that is called neighboring sound, is called assimilation. And in this process, two sounds become identical or similar because of the influence of one upon another. For example, in the utterances, let's say in the utterance fat boy, one example I have given here to you is fat boy. So this phrase is pronounced as fat boy for at bo o e fat boy, and here to sound of fat. Okay, the final sound in fat is to. So that to sound of fat becomes po. Okay, that is changed into po due to the influence of boy. Let's say that due to the influence of the bo sound of boy. So the original pronunciation of the phrase fatboy is fat boy, but assimilated pronunciation is fap boy. Okay, here a to sound. Okay, the final to of fat changes into po, and it changes into po due to the influence of the following sound, that is bo. Okay, in boy there is bo in the initial position. So because of the influence of this bo sound, the to sound of fat becomes po, and in connected speech it is pronounced as fap boy. Okay, this is called assimilation. So what you need to understand regarding assimilation is it is the process of changing one sound into another sound. And why one sound is changed into another sound? Okay, the reason is that it is because of the influence of the neighboring sound. Okay, that neighboring sound can be either the preceding sound or let's say the following sound. Okay, this is what we call assimilation. So types of assimilation. Okay, what are the different types of assimilation? So assimilation can be classified into different types. So in terms of direction, okay, especially the direction, assimilation can be classified into three types, and they are: one is regressive assimilation. It means if one sound changes into another sound because of the influence of the following sound. Okay, it means regressive assimilation is that type of assimilation in which one sound changes into another sound because of the influence of the following sound. Okay, not preceding sound but the following sound. That kind of assimilation is called regressive assimilation. And this regressive assimilation is also called anticipatory assimilation. Another important thing that you need to highlight, for example, the in the phrase that man, okay, in isolation that is pronounced as that man, and here the to sound of that changes into po, and in the connected speech it is pronounced as that man. Okay, here the to sound of that changes into po because of the influence of the what following mo sound. Okay, and this is an example of what regressive assimilation. If one sound changes into another sound because of the influence of the following sound, that type of assimilation is called regressive assimilation. Okay, some other examples. That boy. Okay, actual pronunciation is that boy, but assimilated pronunciation is that boy. Okay, this t of that boy becomes that boy, and this t sound changes into p sound because of the following b sound. So it is regressive assimilation. Similarly, good boy. Actual pronunciation is this one, good boy. But assimilated pronunciation is in connected speech, we say good boy. Not good boy, but we say good boy. So, do sound. Okay, do sound of good becomes bo, that changes into bo sound, and it changes into bo due to the influence of the following sound, that is bo in boy. Similarly, bad man. Actual pronunciation is this one, bad man, but assimilated pronunciation is bab man. Even here also, the d of bad changes into b, and it changes into b because of the influence of the following sound, that is m. So, if one sound changes into another sound because of the impact of following sound, that type of assimilation is called regressive assimilation. I think to some extent you have been clear about the concept of regressive assimilation. Now, second type of assimilation is progressive assimilation, and it is just opposite of regressive assimilation. In the regressive assimilation, one sound changes into another sound because of the influence of the following sound. But what happened here? One sound changes into another sound because of the influence of a preceding sound. Okay, that kind of assimilation is called progressive assimilation. For example, in the phrase launch score, okay, LUNCH score, the actual pronunciation of this phrase is launch score. Okay, as you can see here, la o no cha, launch and score. Okay, so ka o score, launch score. But assimilated pronunciation is this, la o no cha and score. Okay, in the actual pronunciation there is short sa, but in the assimilated pronunciation there is long sa. So why this long sa comes here? Because of the influence of the preceding sound. Okay, agadiko sound, that is cha. Okay, because of the influence of this cha sound, this short sa of isko becomes long sa. So the short sa sound of isko becomes long sa due to the influence of its preceding sound, that is sa. So this is the example of what progressive assimilation. And some other examples here, look, dogs. Okay, dogs, but it is pronounced as dogs. Okay, jaw, the saw changes into jaw because of the influence of preceding go sound. And past, okay, here also this ed suffix is pronounced as to here because of the preceding sound, that is saw. So these are the examples of progressive assimilation. So from this discussion, what you need to understand is progressive assimilation is that type of assimilation in which the sound changes into another sound because of the influence of the agadiko sound. That is called preceding sound. Okay. And next type of assimilation in terms of direction is coalescent assimilation. And in this type of assimilation, what happens? The two sounds influence each other. Okay, there is the influence of the following sound also and the what preceding sound also, and they change into a new sound. Okay, this type of assimilation is called reciprocal assimilation also, or let's say coalescent assimilation. Okay, you can see the example here in the phrase don't you. Okay, especially this is don't you, and the sounds final sound of don't is to, and the initial sound of you is ya. Okay, to and ya, they influence each other and changes into the new sound, that is cha. So actual pronunciation is don't you, but assimilated pronunciation of this phrase is don't you. Okay, don't you. This is to and ya influence each other, then they change into a new sound, that is saw sound. So this is called coalescent assimilation. Another example you can see, um, in the phrase could you. Okay, the last sound or final sound in could is d, and the initial sound in you is ya. So da and ya influence each other, then changes into ja. So it becomes kuzu. Okay, Could is pronounced as kuzu. Okay, in the connected speech. In isolation, it is pronounced as could, and you is pronounced as you, could you. But in the connected speech, okay, in the rapid speech, it is pronounced as kuzu, because da and ya, they influence each other. So this process results in the merging of two sounds to form a new sound. Okay, influence of one sound over the another sound. That's why they merge. There will be the merge of those two sounds and become a new sound, which is a common phenomenon in natural spoken English. Okay, these are the three types of assimilation based on the direction. Okay, one is what regressive assimilation, next one is progressive assimilation, and next one is coalescent assimilation. Now, there is another way of classification of assimilation in terms of degree. Okay, how much the sound is changed. Based on that also, there are two types of assimilation. One is complete assimilation and next one is partial assimilation. If one sound becomes exactly the same as the sound that influence it, that kind of assimilation is called complete assimilation. For example, in the phrase 10 mice, okay, TENMICE, actual pronunciation is this one, 10 mice, but assimilated pronunciation is 10 mice. Look at here. The no of 10 becomes mo. So the sound no of 10 changes into mo, and it changes into mo because of the influence of the following mo sound. So no sound completely changes into the influenced sound. It means mo sound has influenced the no sound, and no becomes just like mo. So this is complete assimilation. And next one is partial assimilation. If one sound becomes partially similar, okay, that is not completely similar, but that is partially similar to the sound that influence it. So that kind of assimilation is called partial assimilation. For example, in the phrase 10 bikes, okay, here look at 10 bikes, and here no sound changes into mo sound, look, because of the influence of bo. So in the actual pronunciation, it is pronounced as 10 bikes, but in the assimilated pronunciation, it is pronounced as 10 bikes. Okay, uh, and this no sound changes into mo, so it becomes to some extent similar to bo sound. Okay, why it is similar to bo sound? Because po bo mo wo, these are the what pa, ba, ma, wa, these are the bilabial sound in English language. So no sound, okay, it is the but nasal sound, but and 10 bikes, it is difficult to pronounce. Okay, but if we pronounce it as 10 bikes, okay, it is easy to pronounce. So no sound changes into mo, and it changes into mo because of the what influence of the following sound, that is bo sound. So in the complete assimilation, no changes into mo, and another sound influencing sound is mo. So the sound which has changed is totally similar to the next sound. That's why it is complete assimilation. but in the partial assimilation, the sound is partially changed. Okay, not completely that is changed, or that is not completely similar to the sound which has influenced it, but that is partially similar. That's why it is partial assimilation. So these are the two types of assimilation, okay, in terms of the degree of it. Okay, this is another way of classification of assimilation. And next one is another way of classification is also there. So another way of classifying assimilation is in terms of the place of changes involved. Okay, from where the the sound has influenced the another sound. Okay, either it has influenced from the near place or from somewhere far. So on the basis of the place of change involved, assimilation can be contiguous or non-contiguous assimilation, and they are described as below. Continuous contiguous assimilation, if the assimilation is the result of the influence of an adjacent, means near sound, okay, very near sound, that is called contiguous assimilation, and this is also known as contact assimilation. For example, da becoming ba, as in good boy. Okay, good boy, it is pronounced as good boy. So here, da sound changes into ba sound because of the very near sound of another word, that is ba. So it is contiguous assimilation. Okay, the sound changes into ba due to the influence of the adjacent, means near bilabial sound, that is ba. And next is non-contiguous assimilation. If the assimilation is the result of a sound that is not adjacent, means near, but somewhere far or further away, it is called non-contiguous assimilation, and it is also known as distant assimilation. One is contact assimilation and next one is distant assimilation. For example, in the phrase turn up, okay, Turnup, actual pronunciation is this, turn up, okay, but assimilated pronunciation is tom up. Okay, so here this no sound of tone changes into mo, and it is not because of the influence of o sound of up, but it is because of the influence of the po sound, okay, final sound, not near sound, but the but distant sound. So this type of assimilation is called non-contiguous assimilation. If the sound is one sound is changed into another because of the influence of the very near sound, that is contact assimilation or contiguous assimilation. But if the one particular sound is changed into another sound because of the influence of not adjacent but further away, let's say the another distant sound, this type of assimilation is called non-contiguous assimilation. So in this second example, turn up, okay, which becomes tom up in connected speech. So here the no sound is influenced by the bilabial po, okay, and changes to mo. So even though they are not directly next to each other, because in between them there is another sound, that is vowel sound o. So this type of assimilation is called non-contiguous assimilation. So this is all about what assimilation and the types of assimilation. Okay, and it is one of the very important topic of foundation of language and linguistics, which might be asked in the examination also. Okay, and hope that you will get some ideas after watching this video. Okay, thank you very much for watching it.